whoa, whoa.
Hello, SOS exclusives. So good to see you. Welcome to Sunday night and our crazy, fictional, trying to be pushed off as nonfiction book of Almost Married, written by the catfisher herself, as if she was still Samuel Cooper. So it says it's written by Samuel Cooper, but we all know it was written by Jackie Overton. Catfisher extraordinaire. Alexandria's here. Hi. Hi, Danny. Hi, Janice. Good to see you all. Hi, Shanna. Thanks for jumping over from our other live stream. It's reading night. Sunday is reading night. We go from betrayal to, I don't have an actual book because nobody would publish it, but the PDF of Almost Married. Oh, let me actually pull up the little picture. I had forgotten about that. So I have it in the corner in case anybody joins and they're wondering, what am I reading? No, we don't want to do that. Let's do this. Well, why is it doing that? Let's see. There we go. Just had to take it off, close it, and open it back up again. Okay. Hi, Janice. You missed the first two chapters. It's just insanity. That's all I can say. Just insane. Go back and watch it if you like, or listen, but like have a stiff drink with you while you do it. It might help get through it. Rain Lady, hello. Good to see you. She does. Danny mentioned that she does repeat herself. Yes. Or he does. Sam does. There's a lot of repetition in this book. So probably everything that was mentioned in the past is going to be mentioned again. All right. Right over. Let Jenny come over. I made it. It's hard to get out of one stream and in the next one within a couple minutes. Let's see. Liz is here. Hi. Good to see you. I'm a meatball. Hi, I'm a meatball. Yes, that is the photo that was used by Jackie whenever she sent pictures of herself as Sam. That hot young thing that looks like he's in his 20s, maybe early 30s. This is where Mary seems like she really was very naive. Because I'm telling you, I would have never believed at her age at the time, which was, what was she then? In her 40s. I would have never believed for a million years that guy was into me. I would have been like, okay, let's meet tomorrow. I need to see you. And then we probably would have to date him for at least a year before I would even start to believe anything. So Mary, I don't know. Jump scare. Yes, the truth. Tina, the last 20. Oh, I look amazing. Thank you. I was having a good hair day today. It's a little flat. It was had a little more oomph in it earlier, but yes, it was a good hair day today. So thank you. The music is the bomb. I get a thing every single week saying this video was demonetized, but it's not monetized. There's no you guys are part of the SOS exclusive. And even if you rewatch this, because normally it's not monetized when I live stream, but as soon as I post it, then the monetization goes on. So if you watch it after the fact, the commercials are there and there's monetization. But not with USOS exclusive. So if you miss a live stream and you have to watch it another time, you're never going to have commercials. Hello, Laurier, Minnesota, and welcome, Minnesota. From betrayal to betrayal. Shanna, that was clever. From betrayal to betrayal. All right, good to see you all. Jaylon Harden, your first live. Yes, that's the first time I remember reading that name. Welcome. And hi, Liz. Very good. Patricia. Patricia's here. Hi, Patricia. Is this your first live too? We have another Patricia, but I think this is the first time I've seen your name. So hello. And you may have been here and just not in the chat, or I may have missed it. That's possible too. All right. Noni's here. Hi there. Nicole, welcome. Joni, I think I said hi, and Alexandria. And I think the rest that are chatting, I already said hi to, just in case. Alexandria, Danny, Joni, hello. All right. So we're going to jump right into it. Hi. Okay, you can come up here. My cat she's struggling. God bless her. Okay, come here. You can come here. Come on. There you go. All right. We need a little bit of love because I was gone for 6 weeks and I came back for 2, but 5 days of that I wasn't here of the 2 weeks that I was back. And then I left for another week. So I just got back late last night and she is just meowing at me all day. And she doesn't want food because I'll give her like little pieces of food in that. And then she just walks, but she's very, very happy if I just pet her. And she's not a cat who likes to be touched. So this is a sign of a cat who has been missing mommy. So she might just have to join us on my lap. You got to do what you got to do. I know I have a lot of makeup to do, don't I? Yeah. Chubbs is aloof. He doesn't know. Who knows where Chubbs is? Chubbs is our rescue cat that we found at a barn. We think he's probably about 15 years old right now. And he came running to me. They both came running when I came in the door, which is really cute, just like dogs. And they kind of push each other out of the way to get lots of love. But then when I was home for those about 4 or 5 days before I went to my retreat, she was just my shadow. And she's kind of been that this time too. So I think she thinks that I'm going to leave her again. And I did have to leave today. I was gone for 8 hours today. I went to church and then visited my mom and dad. And I was gone for 8 hours. And I came back and she's just like, meow, meow, meow. And I'm like, I wish I could explain to you. I'm coming back. I'm coming back. I wish you could understand. Anyway, I'm sorry. I went off on a tangent. Okay. All right. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Oh shoot. I don't have the actual page pulled up. That's my fault. Scroll, scroll, scroll. We're starting chapter 3, I believe, today. Oh, because I had it pulled up on my laptop, but I'm going to read it on the computer because then I'm closer to looking at the camera rather than looking down at my laptop. So that's what we're going to do. Actually, I made her vomit yesterday because I gave her too many treats out of guilt. Guilt treats. They were the ones that are good for your teeth. I can't think of what those green ones that they chew and supposed to be good for their teeth. And I thought, we cut her nails as soon as I got back. Poor Chubbs. He needs his nails cut. But he's a tougher one to hold. I can hold him, but then nobody else wants to cut his nails. So I'm trying to get somebody. I'm sorry. I'm still scrolling. I'm just rambling as I'm scrolling here. La da 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 da. This was a long chapter, chapter 2. And chapter 3. Here we go. All right. Greenies. Thank you. Greenies. It says you're supposed to give them like 5 twice a day. And I used to give them just 1 or 2. So I gave a whole handful, but I think it was too much. The food came up. The greenies didn't come back up, but his food came up that he ate later in the day. That's all right. We're going to be okay. Yeah, I know. Lots of purring. I know. I'm back. All right. Chapter 3. April Flowers Spring. What is the title? Let me try to increase the size just a little bit to make it easier to read. Oh, okay. We made it 1 month together. We had a discussion that lasted an hour about what our real anniversary was. We had talked a little in January and February, long before all of... What? Wait. This is new. Hold on. Timeline blown away. I thought this was all March 1st. Hold on. It said we had talked a little... Okay, I'm going to have cat hairs all over me. This is not going to be good. Okay, we had talked a little in January and February, long before all of this back and forth on Twitter happened. She said we should count March 1st because that's when we really started talking to each other. But I said we didn't really start until my birthday night on March 2nd. I won. Our anniversary became March 2nd, 2015. Can we go back and talk about these January and February interactions? I mean, no, because all this is just one person's delusional view of what happened. Cat hair. In April, things were so good. We were really, really happy together. We got into a routine and figured out when our schedule got off a little. She was filming the show. They film every other week. Sometimes her portions aren't that big, so she had more time off. They usually film from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. or sooner. She said they tried to get out of there by 3 or 4. Okay. So Cody and Robin and all of them who claim, oh, we got to film and it takes so much time. It's from 10 to 3. It's 5 hours a day, 5 days a week, every other week. That's 25 hours. That's 50 hours in a month. Some people do that in 1 week for a job, 50 hours a month. And cry me a river that they're so busy with filming. All right, I'm right here. I'm not going anywhere. That's unbelievable. No. You bite, you get down. Yeah, I don't care if they're love bites. You're going to get down if you bite me. Okay. In April, things were so good. We were really, really happy together. We got into a routine. Okay, blah, 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 blah. We usually film from 10 to 6 or sooner. She said that they usually get out between 3 or 4. So the kids would be getting home from school. When they would film on location at their homes or out somewhere, she had more freedom to text or call. Usually on breaks while filming the couch sessions, she would call me. She would run home and we'd talk for that 40 or so minutes while she ate or took care of something. The one thing that I always told her is do not call me or answer my call if you are wearing a mic. She said she always made sure it was off, but I told her that I thought the thing would still work or something, and that was not something that I would compromise about. She agreed. And she said she always made sure to sit away from him at all times and would be texting away to me while they were setting up shots or doing lighting things. Pause. It is true that starting around this time, Mary was always on the left side on the very end, never next to Cody. And then the other 3 kind of moved around a little bit. Well, Janelle was always on the right side, but she was sometimes next to Cody and sometimes on the end. And then Christine and Robin kind of switched back and forth. But Mary stopped being next to Cody. All right, that's true. There's little nuggets of truth in here every now and then. Okay. I didn't understand that world at all, so I didn't really ask anything that was going on. To me, it is her job. She goes in and she films things for a set time. Then she gets off work and comes home or goes and runs errands. She was busy all the time. I can't remember where she stayed. Oh, I can't remember where she stayed home a full day ever, except for the afternoon of her medical procedure. What medical procedure? I hope she's not revealing something she shouldn't here. She could get sued if she did. Sam. I don't know how long I'm going to have this cat in my lap. These little hairs are going to drive me crazy. I have posted on my blog 59 voicemails she left me in April. We had a lot to go on in that month. This is when we were really starting to talk about us as a future. We spent the entire month working on a plan of how to exit her from her husband and the show. We also spent a lot more time falling in love. We were so happy in April. We had fallen more in love than I had ever felt before. It was a beautiful relationship. Lies. The affair was the reality of it, but we both looked past it somehow. I know. She left me this voicemail. Mary said, quote, Mr. Cooper, this is Mary calling. I need to apologize for pushing my business agenda this morning and ask your forgiveness. Anyway, I will talk to you soon. Let me know if there's anything else I can do to be of service. End quote. Okay, I'm going to pause for a second. There is a slight chance that some of this is actually accurate because I wouldn't put it past them to be having phone sex at this time, or at least Mary would be thinking that he was as well. And then Jackie was just pretending and oohing and eyeing at the other end. But like, and then, so technically, she could get by saying, oh, we were having sex all this time, but really it was phone sex. There is a possibility there, a way of covering herself in case of libel. I don't know. All right. What do you think? It's just something I thought of right now as they were saying this, because I know they were talking dirty on the phone all the time. So why wouldn't it have gone even further? I don't know. Okay. All right. Mary's, oh wait, oh, we read that. That morning, we were able to sneak in some very good sex. I remember it as soon as I listened to that voicemail again. Wow. In early April, I had heart surgery. It was scary and I wasn't feeling very good. All of a sudden, my life takes a nosedive. I needed help in things that she wouldn't be able to help me with. I was completely dependent on running all 6 businesses a little each day. Lies. Now I couldn't do any of it. I had reached a maximum amount of stress throughout March with work and with working longer hours than normal. Keep in mind, we would be up late talking or sneaking around for sex. Okay. So this is because there was that other house. Is that what? Because I swear he had to leave from Oklahoma, where the catfisher really does live, that he lived in Oklahoma and he had to leave Oklahoma to go to Denver, to then go to Vegas to pick up, the friend on the way there because he had a second home in Vegas. So how does he keep sneaking out for sex if he lives in Oklahoma? This just makes no sense. I don't know. Clearly, this catfisher is not the brightest person in the world, which makes it even sadder that they're able to pull this off. Keep in mind, we would be up late talking or sneaking around for sex, so I was not sleeping much at all. My body finally shut down and I had to have surgery. Because of the sex? I don't know. This is crazy. I am in very good shape physically. Oh, lies. Okay, we've seen photos. I am in very good shape physically. I work out 3 or 4 nights a week, as well as take morning walks 5 days a week for at least an hour. I am also vegan, so I don't eat processed food, meat, dairy. Wait. Vegans eat processed food. That It's not like so. It's not like one's contingent on the other. Vegan just doesn't eat meat and dairy, but you can be vegan and live on packages of Oreo cookies. I remember my daughter went to college in California. She spent a year being a vegan. So I'm very much aware that it's not necessarily a healthy diet for you. You can eat very poorly on a vegan diet. In fact, I know somebody quite obese who's a vegan. So, you know, you have to still exercise, but you need to also eat healthy. You can eat healthy as a vegan, but you can also definitely eat healthier as a non-vegan. Just saying. Vegan does not equate with not eating processed foods. So, liar. Anything with a face. Okay, well, that's vegan. Don't eat anything with a face. That's true. I did not think I had any health issues that would come up. Then, boom, life happened. Mary was very supportive and sweet during the next few weeks. My physical abilities went to nothing, and I was only allowed to do what my doctors recommended. I was mad. I am not someone that can sit for very long. This was a death sentence almost. Hyperbolic lately? I'm being overly dramatic because I'm remembering the healing process, and it took forever. Okay. I don't know if that happened or not, but this is my guess would be that health thing never happened. And it was an excuse for Sam to not come visit Mary or see her in person because Sam was going through rehab from, was it open heart surgery? Was that what it was? I want to say, oh, I had to have surgery. Wasn't it heart? Oh, am I just imagining? Oh, yeah, here. Heart surgery. Yes. Okay. When I flew into Las Vegas for the Disney trip, yeah. So, okay. Flew into Vegas to then eventually go on the Disney trip. Okay. When I flew into Las Vegas for the Disney trip, I ended up staying. Oh, okay. I did fly in and out of town throughout March for meetings and other business things. Oh, there's your excuse for not being able to meet Mary. This continued throughout the relationship. I stayed in my Las Vegas house the entire time. I was also out of town a lot, usually just for a day or two. I noticed whenever I was out of town or Mary was out of town, we would start bickering a little bit about small things. Then we'd call each other on it and attribute it to just missing each other. That's how much we were attached to one another at this point. Again, at this point, according to this timeline, it's only been a month. We literally could not go a day without talking. Okay, now that part I believe. On April 12th, 2015, she was filming a cardboard boat race at a local event with the family. I had no idea what that meant, but she said she would be there to cheer the kids on, and she had to show up to film it. She said while she was there, she had walked past the psychic booth a few times, and something kept calling her to go do a reading. She finally did, and she shared with me what the psychic said to her. Now, keep in mind, please, the only people at this point that even knew I was in Mary's life were Mike, fake Mike, if you weren't here last week, the guy that she had to fly to Denver to pick up to bring to Disney because she hadn't seen him in a while, even though she was going to be meeting Mary for the first time. Or he, as Sam, was going to be meeting Mary for the first time, but somehow managed to have to backtrack and go, well, I don't know, he was probably in Oklahoma at the time. So I had to go to Denver, pick up Mike, and take Mike with him to go meet Mary at Disney. And then apparently kept sneaking off, leaving Mike alone by himself at Disney. And she was leaving her and leaving Leon, her child, alone at Disney. So the two of them would meet up and hook up. And I don't know what that looked like. I don't know if it happened in Disney, if they claimed that they went to a hotel. I don't know. And then they kept sneaking away to meet each other. And then apparently Jackie Overton as Sam had to leave early because he had to fly Mike back to Denver and then come back to Vegas because Mike can't figure out how to maneuver about in an airport, apparently. That's how the story goes. Okay, so now keep in mind the only people at this point who even knew I was in Mary's life were Mike, who went to Disney with me, and Lindsay, who was working with Mary on some of my wellness program orders. I don't even know what that means, but moving on. Lindsay figured it out after she met Mary for the first time that something was going on because she said every time Mary would talk about me, her face and neck got red. She was flustered and she kept giggling the whole time. Now, again, I just need to point out Lindsay is not a real person, but I do believe that Lindsay at one point met Mary at Disney as Lindsay, the assistant of Sam, because Sam couldn't make it that day. Just filling in the blanks here. So Lindsay is another alter ego of Jackie Overton. So there's Sam, fake Sam. We also have fake Lindsay. Okay. She said it was obvious that we were talking. But at that point, Lindsay did not know the extent of it. Let me just pause for a second here, too. For everyone who's joining who hadn't been here for the first 2 chapters, the grammar is very poor and the punctuation is virtually non-existent. Commas are not something that Jackie Overton believes in. And she started this whole thing. I think she went back and edited it after all the critique, saying, I'm just writing this as I speak and I'm not worrying about spelling or grammar or punctuation. So as I struggle to read this, just keep that in mind. This is why. All right. She said it was obvious that we were talking, but at that point, Lindsay did not know the extent of it. No one but Mary and I did. The psychic said to Mary, I see many kids in your life. Well, okay, that's on TV. Good guess. She said you are a mystery and that you are living a dual life. She saw a tall man in Mary's life. Well, that would be me. I'm 6'6". By the way, Jackie Overton is short and stout. I'm 6'6". She said, this man is a good man. He is very kind and is always smiling. Again, that's me. She said, this man will change your path in life and is the one you are meant to be with. She said, I see this man and you having children. That's plural. And I see your happiness growing with him. I dang near dropped the phone. She was so excited to tell me this. I couldn't believe this lady had nailed it. Nobody knew about the affair. Mike knew we were friends. Lindsay knew something was up. Nobody on this earth other than Mary and I knew. She was both shocked and really amazed, as was I. So I went to get a psychic reading of my own a few weeks later. My psychic said that I would marry the woman I was with now, and our life would follow a crooked path. She said my happiness is tied to this woman and cannot be broken. This is proof nobody should ever go to a psychic, and if you do, it's all BS. All of it. Waste of money, don't waste your time. Moving on. The psychic said the woman I was with now was an intuitive and that she had powers that she was not using. She wanted to tell me more, but it was going to cost another $150, and I heard enough. Oh, gosh. Mary was an intuitive spirit. I would like to say she is intuitive because all women are, but she has special powers. She knows things that she shouldn't know. I mean, if that's true, why not spend the extra 150 and get all the deets, right? Yeah, this is BS. This is a man who owns 6 different companies and is flying all around the world and doesn't even have time to see her because he's so busy with his work and all his businesses. But he can't put out another 150 to find out all the details. Yeah, because the whole thing is just made up. She could tell the future to some extent. She has what I call visions of things. Again, this is Lindsay writing as if she's Sam talking about Mary. She has what I call visions of things that are going to happen, and some of them were not good things. She shared with me some of the things that she had experienced with her intuitive powers, and I told her I don't believe any of it until I see it. I was amazed at her psychic readings and reaffirmed by mine that we were going to make it somehow. Again, apparently Mary's psychic powers are off as well. You okay? In April, she left a bunch of voicemails about why I never answer my phone. I do answer my phone when I can. I'm just usually on it for work. From 6 a.m. until 10 p.m. at night, 6 days a week, my phone rings off the wall because I have businesses on both coasts. I have to be available for different time differences. It's not fun, but it's my job. And I am very thankful to God for giving me such a great career. At least my job is never dull. I wouldn't be so happy and smiling all the time if it were. Mary was having a hard time adjusting to my work being piled up so much. April is tax time, and it's the worst month of the year for me. I pay my taxes proudly. I just wait until the last day to pay them all because I can. Okay. What does that have to do with the price of tea in China? Honestly, there's just random sentences in here that are put in for I don't know what reason. But I waiting to the last minute to pay your taxes. That's why April's the busiest month for you. I don't know. I don't get it, but fine. Let's continue on. Let me check the chat out. I haven't seen the chat here in a minute. I see people here that I don't see during the More the Merry. Yes, there are a few new SOS exclusive names in here today. So welcome everybody. I love it. We do have a lot of new SOS exclusives. So I'm glad to have you here. This lady is insane. Yes. Mm-hmm. Did I freeze again? I froze. I'm stuck. Hopefully I'm back. If I was frozen for too long, let me know if I have to go back and reread anything. There's a level of intimacy with sexting. Oh, for sure. This is, Joni, supposed to be nonfiction. It's the fun of it all. And then occasionally there is some truth that's dabbled and sprinkled into it. So that's what we're doing, trying to figure it all out. All right. Outside the possibility of fertility testing, Mary had that colonoscopy. That was early on, I think. So Mary, let's see. According to the timeline in this book, right now they are, we just read it. Right now, I'm getting confused between what we're actually watching on Mondays in season 4 to 5 and where this catfishing thing is. It said they just got finished filming. Oh, the boat racing thing. All right. So we haven't gotten to the boat racing thing yet. Have we seen the colonoscopy on because I also go back and like pull clips at different times. My whole timeline is so screwed up. Did we do the colonoscopy in season 4? I think we did. I think we did. Does anyone remember? Have we watched it in season 4, the colonoscopy? The boat race was a year after the divorce. Okay, that makes sense because I know the divorce happened before the divorce happened in like September. This affair started the following March, so it was about 9 months later. So then the boat race was probably, yeah, probably about 10 months later. It's about a year later, and it probably was in the following season. Are we in April yet? We're just in April now. We just got into April. So the colonoscopy was aired in April of 20. I have to. I know I don't want to open it in a new window. It's the. Oh wait, I'll just look at it on the screen. Duh. April of 2011. Oh, so that was in the past. Well, because this is 2015. So if the colonoscopy was aired during 2011, it can't be the colonoscopy. But it could be a made up, it could just all be a lie, that there was not another procedure. So it's not the colonoscopy in terms of the procedure that she needed in the hospital. And I doubt, because this was after the divorce, there was any kind of infertility or fertility treatments. So my guess is this is something that Jackie's just completely making up for the sake of the book. Unless we find out something, unless she shares anything else. But I doubt she shares anything that wasn't on the show for fear of being sued by Mary. All right. Okay, so Shanna suggested that anybody who hasn't heard the first 2 chapters go back to get filled in. And then Danny said, I was here for those chapters and I'm just as confused. So true. All right. It was before the legal divorce from Cody Brown. All right. So it is possible she would have known about it. This Jackie Overton would have known about it because it would have been on the show. So she would have been familiar with that. So when writing this book, which happened right after the whole catfishing thing ended, which it ended in like August of 2015. And then she started writing this book pretty much right away. She would have been aware of the colonoscopy in the past, so she could have just been pulling that information to try to justify and validate her fiction book that we're all reading. So that's a possibility. All right, let's continue on and see if she, Jenny. I just clicked on the button that made it jump. Of course, there's no page numbers. In the beginning, there's chapters, but there's not a page number to be seen. Let me just jump ahead here. These are the days of our lives. Okay, we are in chapter 3. Chapter 2, by the way, was very long. It was a couple episodes long. So this is not just the third. This is chapter 3, but it's not the third week that we've done this because chapter 2 was crazy long. Okay, here we are. I apologize. So April 12th, they filmed the boat race with the family. April 14th, she left the voicemail saying, hey, I was thinking of you and I'm feeling very obsessed with you and I love you and I just want to call you and tell you that. So I love you, Sam. Did I read that? I feel like I must have, because I think we're beyond this. I don't think I read this. I'm going to start reading it here. I'm sorry that I... Oh, yeah, here was the taxes. That's about the part that we stopped. Okay, for me, I pay my taxes proudly. I just wait until the last day to read them because I can. Okay, that's where we stopped. She had mentioned in the middle of April it would be fun to go to the mail and get a love letter from me. So I started writing her letters. I mailed them and waited for her to mention she got them. She said she would get into the house, make sure nobody was there, and then go to her room and jump in our chair to read it. See, our chair. I think it was all phone sex. I think that's what Jackie's referring to. Although Jackie's implying they were physically meeting each other in person, her and Sam. But, oh, her special chair. She would then call me and tell me that she got it. I would ask her to read it to me. She would cry as she read them. And then she would tell me how much she loves me and how much she loved getting them. I write darn good love letters. I usually listen to music as I write. Some of the sentences are so random. Even now, I'm jamming out to whatever's on my iPhone playlist as I type this book. To whatever's on, she can't write what she's, even now, I'm jamming out to whatever's on my iPhone playlist as I write this book. It's how I'm getting it down so fast. Well, that, comma, and I have all of the material here. Well, that, and I have all of the material here. It's how I'm getting it down so fast. Well, that, and I have all the material here. Oh, this is just the worst writer. It's just about putting it together and making the story make sense. The voicemails she would leave me are very cute. On April 14th, she left me one that said this. She said, by the way, she is spelled S-H-E-E. She said, quote, "Hey, I just was thinking about you and I'm feeling very obsessed with you and I love you and I just wanted to call you and tell you that. So I love you, Sam. Talk to you later. Bye." End quote. I would be working and get time to listen to my messages. I would hear things like that and start grinning. She always made me feel loved. She always took time out of her very busy day to check in on me, to tell me how her day was going or what she was doing at work. She would tell me what they would be filming that day or how she was not saying a word during filming. She said she sat there while everyone else talked and she would listen and not really say much. I didn't understand why she was doing that. I asked her why she wasn't being normal on the couch. She said she felt that it would be dishonest to keep pretending that she was happy with him, and she didn't want to say anything to start a discussion about her relationship. She told me she talked to the producer and told him that she would not be talking about her relationship with him anymore, that it was so bad that it would not be addressed anymore. She said she sat there and kept thinking about me the whole time. Y'all, I kind of believe that. Because we have seen those seasons where she sat on those couch interviews on the end and just stared down and said nothing that whole time while this is going on. So this is true. And I think this was, I don't know. But I mean, she was doing it, whether she said this or not, that did happen. So I don't know if she said it or not, to be honest with you. Who knows? But she could have, because she was believing him and she was believing that she was in this relationship with him. We do know that. We know that to be a fact. And so this is where it's like speckled in with a little bit of truth. But if she told the producers that she's not going to be talking about her relationship with Cody on air anymore because it was that bad, shame on TLC and that production team, because that's where the story was, right there. Not in the boring boat races that they participated in once to have something to put on the show. I mean, come on, TLC, get it together. It was so bad it would not be addressed anymore. She said she sat there and kept thinking about me the whole time. She would answer questions as asked, but she was not really participating. I didn't know what to think because on the shows that I had seen, she was always saying stuff or adding something funny. Well, we also know that they're about a year behind in airing what they record. Eventually, they got to be 2 years behind, but at this point, I think they're about a year behind. I didn't know what to think because on the shows I had seen, she was always saying stuff or adding something funny. She said she wasn't his Mary anymore. She was my Mary, and she was no longer going to protect him. She said she had been protecting his image on the show for years so that everyone would think that they were all happy all the time. Okay, I believe that. I believe that. I believe she said that. I said, that sounds fake. She argued with me and said that said the show wasn't fake it. She said the show wasn't fake it, just didn't get into deeper issues they had. Now, it's fake if she's acting like things are, well, she's not acting like things are okay with Cody because she really wasn't looking at him or talking to him. The show was very fake at the beginning, let's face it. There was a lot of animosity right from jump with everybody, but they all acted like, we believe in this and we think it's great and we love it and we're a happy family and we have disagreements just like any sisters would at time, but all in all, this is lovely. And it was never lovely. It was horrible from the beginning with everybody. I'd love for them to sit down and just share that truth. I would love it. They won't. You know why they won't? Because, well, Janelle won't because she still wants it to be true. And I think she's embarrassed that she feels like she was sort of taken by the whole notion of this polygamous lifestyle. And she was the one that believed it the most out of everybody. So I think she's embarrassed by that, especially since her whole family told her, don't do this. And Christine won't because Christine's family's all still in it. And she doesn't want to say disparaging things about it. As she says now in couch interviews, she starts to talk against it. And then she backtracks and says, I still have family in it. And then she stops. So she's not going to speak the truth either. Mary is the only one who might now come out and speak the truth about polygamy not being good, because really it was just her mom and dad that were in. I don't know how close she is to any family that she has that might still be in it. I mean, she has a sister who's technically in the church, but she's not living a polygamous lifestyle. There's not another woman. So it's just, she's just married to Nathan. But she might have other siblings. I just don't know how close she is to the rest of them, but she might be. I don't know. Do you know why I don't know? Because it wasn't on the frickin' show. Everything interesting wasn't on the show. Right, Cosette? She's laying on the carpet next to me now. All right. She argued with me and said the show wasn't fake it, just didn't get into the deeper issues they had. She said that's what the show was about. Sadly, I don't know how it stayed on this many years. Well, you know how it stayed on? Because this whole catfish thing came out the next year. They probably would have been canceled right around this time because, you know, those boat races and everything. like watching paint dry. Now, I watched it because I just thought the whole family was fascinating, and I still couldn't believe how they were all in it, and their kids were all the same ages as my kids. So that kept me watching. That's really it. I'm wondering if there was like a year or two in there that I stopped watching it, but I don't think so. I know I definitely was watching it during COVID, but there was nothing else to do. Were there any years? I don't think so. I think I've seen every episode. It'll be interesting as we go through them on Monday nights. If all of a sudden I'm like, I don't remember any of this, but I don't think so. And I've gone back to so many seasons to get clips of stuff for the shows that I think I've seen them all. Anyway, but I could see how other people would have dropped off because these were the watching paint dry years for sure. All right. Did I just jump ahead again? I think I jumped ahead. Hang on. Oh, Jiminy Christmas. This PDF is very funky. Oh, I'm sorry. I know I'm at, yeah, here's chapter 3. Okay. Here we are. I know I didn't read that. Okay. Fake it. They just didn't get into deeper issues that they had. She said that's what the show was about, making this special family look normal to viewers. She said she wanted to be more real, and by keeping quiet, she would be able to participate but not get drawn into discussions with him on camera. Which, by the way, anyone who's new, him is Cody. We never use Cody's name. We just say him. She had stopped wearing her wedding band even before I came along. She said she just didn't want to wear it anymore. She was not happy and wasn't feeling it. During another April 14th email, she said some things that really made me feel like we had a future together that was happening soon. Okay. She said, quote, "Baby, you need to hear this right from my voice, okay? You need to listen to me and what I'm saying, okay?" This does sound like Mary. She says, okay, a lot. "I love you. You love me. I'm not going anywhere. You don't have anything to worry about. The only kind of curse you have on you is the curse of me, the curse of love, the curse that we are going to spend the rest of our lives together. This is a good thing, baby, okay? You don't have to worry about anything. This is real. Just like you said, just like you and I've said last night and every other time we talked, okay? Don't worry about anything. I love you more than I can even say. And I wish you just know when you hear this, I hope that your voicemail is not full. I hope that you're actually going to hear this one. Anyway, I love you intensely and passionately, Sam. You know this, okay? You don't need to worry about anything. Call me as soon as you can so that I can tell you and you can hear it with your own ears how much I love you and how much I'm not going anywhere except closer to you every day. Okay? I love you with a passion like no other. And you know this, baby. You know that. I love you so much. You are so good to me. We are so good together. And you know this, okay? Don't let doubts creep in today, okay? I love you. End quote. I just want to say, I think that's fact. One, Mary says, okay, a lot anyway in conversation. Two, I think it's fact because it's a quote. And I think Jackie Overton is smart enough to know that she could be sued by quoting something, and because there's those 57 phone messages that are out there. At some point, I'll try to find them and we'll play them on here just for shits and giggles. But there are voice messages from Mary that this sick person, Jackie Overton, actually saved. And so I think that she has all of this documented and she saved every voicemail. So this is true. This is the part that I say is true. Okay. Alexandria. Okay. This is so sick and twisted. Mary does need full-time therapy the rest of her life. She absolutely does. Oh gosh, that's funny. All right. Cindy, I watched all the seasons. It's okay. It's okay. We're part of a club. We're in it together. It is so eye-opening going back, watching the early seasons, know what we know now, right? Wait till we get to the catfish. After we read all this, we might be, by the time we finish this, maybe we'll be, I don't think the catfishing seasons were until like season. I think we have like another 2 seasons to get through. We're starting season 5 tomorrow. And I want to say this is about season 7. So we're not that far off. We'll see. I was out for about 3 or 4 years and stopped watching in season 20, except for here. You stopped watching in season 20 when it got good, Joni? But I'm glad you're here. Glad you're watching it with us or talking about it with us. Yeah, this is. Danny, you're not kidding. Like knowing what we know now and how the whole thing was a lie and seeing how Mary bought it hook, line, and sinker. I mean, she was all in. She was ready to leave not only Cody, but the whole family. She was ready to just be like, yeah, okay, peace out, deuces. Because her child even was like, this is ridiculous. So if she were to leave, although I do believe her child was saying this is ridiculous, I don't believe it. I don't think it's true, to be fair. Jackie had been doing this long before Mary. Not sure how many she got before Mary. I'm not sure how many. That'd be interesting to know how many people that like Mary brought one of them on the show. I think as like justification that like I'm not the only person who's been duped in life. This woman is a professional and she's done it to all these other people in the past. But it's messed up. The whole thing is messed up. Did anyone hear that season 21 would be the last? I have not heard that. But I assumed season 20 would be the last. So I'm assuming season 21 is going to be the last because I feel like unless Cody goes off the deep end and does something crazy, or unless they can get all the kids involved in the show, which I don't think is ever going to happen. I think those are the only 2 options for keeping it going. Or wait, no, I take that back. Or we get Janelle and Mary to start singing like a bird and speaking truth. That will make good episodes and people will be tuning in to hear them speak truth about how things were in the past. I just think Janelle is still too embarrassed still too smitten by Cody. She's over him. She's embarrassed by him and she's over him. And her kids, I don't think will ever let her go back, but I think she would like to. And so I think if Cody can get in her ear and still talk sweet nothings, that she won't say anything. But there's a chance with Mary. And I think the reason Mary's not is because she's doing it for the sake of the show. And little does Mary know that will save the show for her to start speaking truth. So I would love it if they would. That would be the only other thing. And I tell you what, if TLC wants to have ratings, and we've said it before, we'll say it again, all they have to do is a financial audit. And if Janelle still has records that she could start talking about where finances were and how they were spent, and she could just say, she didn't even have to prove it on the show. She could just say, I have the receipts and just talk about it. Oh, because they just have an agreement amongst them that they weren't going to talk about finances. But then we know now the confidentiality agreement was to get Mary to not talk about the finances regarding the sale of her house and the purchase of Robin's house. Like, they're trying to now squelch them. Now, if Janelle signed it, which I think she may have, maybe she can't say anything. Maybe she signed something that says I'll never talk about, which would be awful. But Mary's our last hope. Mary's our last hope. Oh, okay. I'm back to the reading. Okay. I keep trying to ask Mary. Whoops, how many NDAs are there? Yeah, I would like to get clarification on the NDAs because Sukanya did a very poor job of clarifying all that. All she did was muddy it even more. Like, we understood it before Sukanya started asking questions because she wasn't understanding what was going on. So she just made it more confusing, and she let them get away with murder and not explaining all that because I don't think she understood what was going on at the time. All right, back to the reading. All right, let's finish the phone conversation with, okay, I love you. She would leave me long voicemails like that, melt my heart, and I could get through anything. She's perfect. She always knew what to say and when to say it. And she would be consistent in this. She told me every single day, I love you. Sometimes 20 times in one day. I believe that. Sad, but true. I wasn't allowed to hang up until I said, I love you. She said it was important to her to hear that from me so that we always ended in love. I am the type that says, I love you, bye, and get off the phone real quick. With her, I had to slow down and really say what I felt. I was completely open to Mary. My heart was hers, and she had me wrapped around her finger. Vice versa. I did everything she asked me to do. I was except see her in person or do a video chat. I mean, come on. I don't think so. I did everything she asked me to do. I was starting to look for a house to buy for her. Lies. We had talked about how she couldn't move right into my house because her daughter had some of the wait, I need to figure this out. I got to go through the grammar of this so I understand what's being said. We had talked about how she couldn't move right into my house because her daughter and some of the family would want to see where she was at. They could have still gone over and seen it, and he could have stepped out. So there's a lie. She said she needed to make sure the transition was right. She could start dating immediately, and we could start dating immediately and be public. But she had to have her own place. I found a house in the same gated community as mine. Nowhere land, because it didn't exist. And I put in an offer. It was 2 blocks from my house. No more 5-minute buffer zone. It was perfect for an investment. When she was able to move into my house, I could rent it or flip it and sell it. I thought she would be happy there until she could be with me. Okay. I'm finally going to answer the one thing that people have asked me about the most. Oh, well, we can't stop now. I was going to stop, but we're going to keep going. On April 18th, 2015, at 2:30, Mary left me several voicemails. First, I will share what she said in them to prove and complete her side of it. Then I will explain what happened. Oh, geez. It started out with her saying, quote, "Babe, come on. What's going on tonight? Why are you struggling? My gosh, I was not saying that being intimate with you is my worst. It's my hair. It's a mop. What? Wait, start over. Babe, come on. What's going on tonight? Why are you struggling? My gosh, I was not saying that being intimate with you is my worst. It's my hair. It's a mop. Oh my gosh, honey, don't. Please, honey. You are really having a hard time with something tonight, and I wish that you would talk to me. Honey, I'm here for you. I'm here. I haven't gone anywhere. I keep trying. Honey, please, I love you. I don't know what's going on. End quote. Okay. She said that she was going to read the message and then explain. So hopefully we get an explanation of this because I don't know what's going on with the whole hair thing. That was the first voicemail. This was after we had sex, of course. I was having a really hard day with work and family stuff. We had sex at night and we were talking after. Okay, so I guess she's admitting, pause. She's admitting that sex just means phone sex. I don't know why she's not writing phone sex in here because it's very confusing. At first, when I heard this book, I don't know, 5, 7, 10 years ago. I don't remember when I heard it. It was a long time ago. And I was listening to somebody else reading it. I thought this person was so delusional and they were implying that there was a physical relationship between them, that they were having sex on all these days. But it seems pretty clear that this person said that, oh, no, I take it back. This person didn't, no, Jackie didn't say that Sam was back in Oklahoma. She said that Sam stayed in Vegas, but just was gone and busy all the time. So I think when they're talking about having sex, Jackie is implying that Sam and her did have a physical relationship. Okay, I take it back. I was trying to work through it in my head, and now I'm just as confused. But I also still believe that every time that the implication of the two of them having a physical together relationship and that they were having sex, that they actually did have phone sex that day. That's my opinion. I might be wrong, but I feel like and the word phone is just being left out. Okay. That was the first voicemail. This was after we had sex. I was really having a hard day with work and family stuff. We had sex at night and we were talking afterwards. She made a comparison about something that I misunderstood. I thought she was comparing me to him. So I got pissed and left. I did not want to talk about it or work it out. I wanted to cool off. She called and left me that first voicemail trying to explain I misunderstood, but I wasn't having it. So she called again and left this voicemail. All right. She said, quote, "Baby, I'm really sad. I feel like you're pushing me away. You really misunderstood what I was saying. I meant laying here with you is very vulnerable, especially with my hair looking like a mess. That's all I was saying. It's all I was saying. Please don't try to read anything else into it. Being with you is very special to me. It really is." End quote. I was still pissed, and I threw her to voicemail again. When she called a few minutes later, she said, "I thought I would try just one more time. I just want to say I'm sorry for what I said to upset you, and I really, really am sorry. I love you, and I know you need your space. Please come back to me, okay? I love you very much. I hope you sleep well. I'll talk to you tomorrow, okay? I love you, baby. Please try not to be mad at me because I wasn't saying anything about us at all. I swear I wasn't. It makes me sad that I hurt you. It was completely non-intentional. Okay. I hope you sleep well. Good night, babe." End quote. I believe that she has these exact text messages. I do. I think because this so sounds like Mary, right? Especially Mary back then. She was so desperate for Cody's attention that she would do anything. We saw that all the way through like season 20, practically. Definitely through season 19. She would do anything for him. And she wanted him back so badly that that she was always apologizing for everything and saying it's her fault. And it's just, I mean, it's the situation that Cody set up in their relationship. It's the dynamic they had between each other. Her begging, 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 and Cody holding her at arm's length. That's how it always was. We saw it on the show. So this matches. There's a fly in here. If you see it flying around, it's on the light. This matches the way that she would talk to Cody. So I believe it. And actually, we didn't hear her talk to Cody like this until these past few seasons. And this was written like 2016, I think, end of 2015, beginning of 2016, maybe. So this just matches Mary. This is exactly who we saw and how she would like beg him to like, I'm so sorry. It's my fault. Like, and that's the dynamic that's set up in this AUB faith. It's very distorted faith. Okay, moving on. I didn't even listen to those until the next morning. I shut my phone off. When I cooled off, I thought about what happened and realized I'm an idiot. She would never hurt me. She loved me too much for that. I knew it was a misunderstanding, but I was still trying to figure out what she meant by it. I felt she was comparing me to him and saying that I don't pay enough attention. At this point, she had every single minute of my free time. She had my full attention. I gave her everything she wanted and needed. We were in such a great place. And then this happened. It really did help us learn to communicate. It wasn't a fight. At this point, we had no fighting at all, just a misunderstanding. It goes on. All right. We are going to put a pin in it for tonight right there, though. Halfway through page 58. All right. Miss Molly's mom. Hello, Miss Molly's mom. Think of how miserable, desperate Mary was in a polygamous marriage lifestyle to seek outside attention and affection. Too bad she didn't leave Cody years before she did and then look for a relationship. How great would the show have been if she would have just picked up and left? I mean, how great would the show have been if this really was a real person? It would have been so good. That would have kept the show going too. Losing a wife? Awesome. All right. Sounds more like an emotional affair. Yep. Joni said, how can they, if they're both girls and Mary thinks she's a boy? I don't know what you're referring to there. You mean in terms of the phone sex? I mean, they just have to talk about what they're doing and they each make themselves pleasured. That's what I'm thinking went down. That's just in my opinion. I have no facts, but I feel like that's what's happening. Cody admitted that the word divorce messed with his brain. That's true. Jackie wanted more written and verbal evidence. So insecure. Mary said he was going to invest in my sister wife's closet. That's how they met. I get the impression at the beginning of this book that maybe it wasn't my sister wife's closet. Because it really doesn't make sense that Mary would be the point person, especially if there was money coming in. It seems like it would be Robin and Cody. And I know that she mentioned it to Cody. This is the mantra was, somebody was interested. This, I just don't know where I heard this from, but I had heard that the person got in contact with Mary because they said they were interested in investing in my sister wife's closet through direct message or something like that. And then Mary passed the information on to Cody, and Cody said, just you take care of it and, figure it out. It just doesn't seem like something Cody would do. I mean, if anything, he'd pass it to Robin because this is a way to get money. Or he would have Janelle handle it because she handled the finances. To say, Mary, take care of it, that doesn't match. So it makes me think that whole story is inaccurate, and that this person in this, Jackie implies that in March, she, as Sam, slid into Mary's DMs and they started a conversation, but I don't think it was really clear so much what it was about. But I'm thinking it was somebody who was interested in investing in Mary's clothing company that she was in, because she was doing that back then. And that seems to make more sense. I'm interested in investing in that, like buying stuff or giving you money to buy it and then give it for free to somebody else. And as your business grows, then I'll supply more. But the amount of money that this person claimed they had and how they were going to invest it makes me think there's no way Cody would have been like, yeah, okay, just figure it out. He would have had his little grubby fingers in there. So I'm thinking now that maybe it wasn't my sister wife's closet, because I just can't see him and Robin saying, oh, somebody wants to give us a whole bunch of money. Okay, you figure it out. They would have been like, give me the number. We're going to figure it out. And we're going to get the money and we'll skim off the top the amount that we want to keep and give the rest to the family. That seems to be more the MO of how they would operate. Like, it just doesn't make sense in there. And right at the beginning of the story, didn't they not really explain? Didn't they just say it was after one of the episodes that they slid into Mary's DMs? Well, first was acting as Sam on the Facebook page and just like commenting and complimenting, and then with Mary, and Mary would respond back, and then that night slipped into Mary's DMs. Although now we read that there was a relationship and or not a relationship, but there was conversations between the two of them back in January and February. True or not? I don't know. Because it seems like important information you would have put in here, like about what and how, and I don't know, about the business, or just complimenting and talking to each other. I'm confused. Melissa, I'm confused. Her hair was a mess. I know. I don't know. I don't get it. I think is that whole thing just made up? Because I don't think Mary ever sent they didn't send any video back and forth to each other, because that would have been proof that he didn't exist. There were just photos sent that were stock photos that were pulled off the internet of this Sam guy, whose real name I'm not sure what it is, but it's a stock photo of a model that's out there that you can purchase the JPEG and use it for your own personal advertising. Well, I mean, here's the conspiracy, Alexandria, right? That Cody and Robin were in on it the whole time. They knew she was being catfished, and therefore did say, oh, really? Okay, you handle it and you keep talking to the person. I mean, it's a great story. It seems a little far-fetched to me, but I love it. I'm here for it. I just don't know. I feel like Robin is such a bad actress that she wouldn't be able to pull it off now that she absolutely knew nothing about it, or even all those years that the fact that I don't think she could have gone that long without slipping, or I don't know. She's also a master manipulator and liar too. So I guess it's a possibility. I don't know. You don't love Mary's crazy rocker hair? I know. It's always a little crazy. I don't know what you're talking about, Mary. The like flat ironed, it looks like it was sprayed with hairspray and then flat ironed afterwards, so it just stuck out like this. I mean, I think she did it intentionally at first. You know what, Shanna? That is such a great question. Did the real guy come forward and say this wasn't me? I don't think so. I don't even know if he knows. He might just be oblivious to all this because this is just like some cable show. Like, we all think everybody in the world knows everything about this and is following it, and it's all over the news and that. And it is like they're interviewing him, but like, I don't follow the Today Show and Good Morning America and even some of the small. I don't read People magazine. I just follow stuff regarding sister wives, and that drives me there at times. But I mean, in terms of everything else in the celebrity world and other television shows, even other ones on TLC, I'm not following them. So I bet he has no idea. My question is, how has nobody hunted him down and asked him? There's your story. Why has nobody done that? I can't believe that Without a Crystal Ball gal hasn't done it, because she like gets into everybody's dirt. Why have we not hunted this guy down? Because he obviously agreed. He obviously had a picture and he posted it on one of these sites online that you can post random pictures for, and you agree that people can purchase them for like nickels on the dime, like for virtually nothing, and you can use it in advertising. I had heard, I don't know if this is true, again, just saying, I heard that that in the airport in Alaska, that same photo was on a billboard. And that's what made her realize it wasn't true. Well, I think she realized it wasn't true when, after you go so many months and you don't meet somebody, you're like, really? Again? You're on a business trip? Eventually people figure it out. So I don't know if that's true or not. But it could be, again, if it's a stock photo that anybody could use it, any advertiser that thought this is exactly the guy that we want to portray our whatever it is we're advertising, they could have paid the $10 or whatever it is to get the photo and use it and post it. I don't know. Hi, Paige. Paige says that she feels bad for Mary's banana pick. I do too. That's embarrassing. The banana pick is awful. You don't think that the banana teeth are Mary's teeth? It's definitely her mouth, though. That mouth totally looks like hers. I never really paid attention to the teeth, to be honest with you. I have to look again. Yeah, Joni, they showed the picture that Jackie, it's in my intro. In the intro, my love, all those pictures next to Mary are, well, it's only one picture, I think. Maybe I used two. I think I only have two pictures of them. I think I just used one in this, and I kept changing Mary's picture. But that picture in the intro is the picture that was sent to Mary of him. And apparently there was one video that was in a dark room and he was wearing a ball cap where she talked to him. But like, why the light couldn't be turned on in the room, I don't know. So I love a good catfish episode. Somebody had to have seen it and recognized. I mean, somebody did, but I don't think it's somebody who follows Sister Wives or TLC, sadly. But I feel like anybody who's a real good sleuth would be able to do a Google image search and maybe find it somewhere else and see if credits were given to whoever the actor was in the picture. I don't know if you give up the picture, if your name gets tied with it, or if you forfeit your name and you just use the image. But it seems like somebody would be like, well, I know that guy. He's always in the local pub. Or that's so-and-so's cousin, isn't it? Or it looks like him. You know, it's a generic enough face that he just kind of looks like a good-looking guy who would be in Hollywood, but I don't know. I don't know, Cindy, but you try to Google it and you follow up with us on it if you can find anything. I wonder how tall he is. Speaking of the 6'6" Adonis. I wonder how tall the guy in the picture actually is, because nobody knows, because it's just a headshot. It's not even a headshot. It's a picture of his head. I just found the guy, Drew Fuller, an actor from Charmed. Like, for real? For real? For real? Then why has nobody contacted him and asked him? Well, obviously, because his name is Drew Fuller. He's not Sam. Drew Fuller, have you ever pretended to be Sam? Did you know your photo was being used? Like, oh, I have so many questions for Drew if this is true. Or does it just look like him? I need to know. I need to know. Keep doing the deep dive, Janice. See if anybody ever tried to contact him or if he just gave a no response or no comment. Oh, Alexis, I love it. You're going even deeper in your conspiracies there. I love it. What if Cody and Robin paid the guy for his picture? Well, if they use the picture, well, I mean, I think Jackie probably paid for the picture. I don't know if they paid him directly, because usually if you see now, if it really is the guy from Charmed, I doubt that his picture is in the stock photos where you can buy a photo that people post up there of like people running in the grass and people, that you would use on like a female douche commercial or something, running through the flowers. Those kind of pictures that you can post and just say if anyone uses it, they have to pay money to the site, which takes a cut, and then they give it to you. Again, it's called like stockphotos.com or something like that. But if this guy really is on Charmed, then my guess would be his photo isn't in that stock photo thing and that it was stolen off of a website, like I do all the time on my videos. When I have pictures of sister wives and whatnot, you just screenshot it. You're really not supposed to. I would think that this person did that, which would then shock me that the actual person who it was didn't get it all taken down. Ugh, I have so many questions. You guys are just leading me down a hole that I need you to Google Mary Brown Banana. Yeah, then you'll see the picture that she sent to Jackie at one point, thinking it was Sam. There's also pictures of her feet in the bathtub. That's why I was saying on the last live stream, when she got into that bathtub, I'm like, oh, clearly Mary likes her baths. Well, that goes along the line with the whole catfishing thing, because one of the other photos is her feet sticking out of the bubbles in the bathtub. And I think there was like a glass of wine or a rose or something else there. The real guy did speak out purple? Really? She used that photo to catfish many people. What did he say? Find it. Find it and send it to me. Interview Jay. I know. Maybe I'll see if I can reach out. I mean, what is his name? I'll see if I can reach out. He's not going to respond, but I'll ask if he'll even like do an interview, even if it's like behind the paywall, if it's just on this. Drew Fuller. All right, I'm going to look him up. If he was an actor on Charmed, he's going to have an IMBD. Oh, I'm going to look it up right now. Let me look up his IMBD. Is it IMBD? Is that the right? Yeah, IMDb. Drew Fuller. me see. Oh, yeah, that does kind of look like in this one picture. It does. Oh, but in this trailer over here, it doesn't look like, but it could have been in his straight on headshot. It does. It resembles him anyway. Do we know this for a fact? Okay. I'll take a screenshot of it and attach it so you guys can give me your opinion. This is turning into the Sunday night catfish deep dive. That's what our channel is going to be here for our SOS exclusives. All right, let me attach. Oh, wait, I have to pull it up and screenshot it. Oh, no, that was a screenshot. That works. Okay. Image file and desktop. Okay. Let me make it bigger. What do you think? I don't know if I can bring up two side by sides. Here, I'm going to play the Endless Love thing.
My love.
See if I can get it fast.
That's the picture. In my life,
and it's the only one that we really have of him. So let me pause this here. All right, so now let's go to here. I mean, it could be the same person, but they're on his IMDb page. Hold on, it's running a commercial. Oh. I gotta pause it when, okay. All right, this has the play button in the middle of it, so it's not ideal, but let me show you this picture of him. This doesn't look like him as much. All right, image file. This is him in an actual episode. It's like a trailer. See, that looks like a different person. I don't think that's Charmed. I don't know what. Play the trailer. Oh, this was a movie called Love, Fall in Order from 2019. And here is because the other one was a side shot. This is a picture of him from the side. Now, again, I guess in television shows and that, you can make yourself look different. But here is a picture of him from the side on that same trailer, and this looks very different too. This looks like the last one. See, that looks different. That doesn't look like this. See, his nose doesn't seem sloped. It looks straight to me, whereas, I mean, doesn't it look a little more sloped and pointy? And these, look how pointy that is. Well, and then, but that's him too. That is the actual, that is the IMDb Drew Fuller profile. I guess it doesn't look that sloped there. He does, I don't know. See that? Your every breath. What do you think? You've never seen the banana pic? All right, I'll get you a picture of the banana pic. I'll bring it up. I don't think I have it saved anywhere, so let me. Here we go. This one's pretty dark. They're pretty dark. Almost all of them are pretty dark. But it kind of looks like her lips. Okay. Look at us here. Image file. That looks like her lips. And I don't think she ever denied that it was her. The nose is different. Oh, see, I don't have the nose in the picture here. In fact, all of them that I see don't have the nose. So if you have one with the nose, share it with me. Because her nose is very distinct. That would be a good, yeah, I don't have any with her nose. No. Okay. That looks like her shallow. She has a very distinct chin. Yes, it's very recessed. And then there's also like a dimple in it as well. It's just, the picture's so dark that it's hard to. Purple said that, I think I'm right when I say whatever Pan Am poster Mary saw and recognized Sam, Mary was mistaken. Where did we hear that from, Purple? Do you remember? Where that was from that she apparently recognized it? Pan Am. Pan Am's been gone for a long time. Was there a Pan Am still back then? I think it was gone before then. Pan Am's, that was ages ago. Yeah, I heard it was on the Alaska trip, Karen, but where'd you hear that? Oh, that's interesting. The Catfisher used a couple different men's photos who look similar from All About the Tea said. Well, that could be. Joni thinks that looks like Mary. I think that looks like Mary's lips for sure. Oh, the TV show Pan Am. Okay. I was going to say, hasn't Pan Am been gone for a long time? Okay. They were advertising the TV show Pan Am and he was on the poster, but somebody thinks that really wasn't him. It just looked like him and it was freaking her out. Okay. All right. Pan Am was back in the 70s. I know, I was going to say Pan Am hasn't been around. The TV show. Got it. Her and Jen have joked about it. That's interesting. She did? I don't remember her talking about it on the show. See, I'm really looking forward to watching this on Mondays with you guys as we go through these shows. Yeah. You thought the airline too. I did too. I'm like, wait a second. Hasn't that been? There was a movie. Wasn't there also a movie on Pan Am? Now, that is true, Purple. Jen and Mary joked about wanting to date a pilot. Do you think that was a Pan Am? Do you think that she is over the catfishing thing enough that she can joke about wanting to date a pilot? Referencing the fact that there was somebody on a Pan Am advertisement or actually in the show who looked like the catfisher. Has she matured that much and gotten over it and can laugh at it that much? I don't know. I don't know if she's emotionally there yet to do that, but it'd be great if she was, because I just think that's how she conquers it and she gets over it and she makes a joke of the whole thing. And she's like, yeah, I believe this, but, and then just move past it. It was Michael Mosley from Pan Am. Okay, let me take a look at what Michael Mosley looks like. I mean, here's a picture of him. I'm trying to get a picture of him from Pan Am. I don't think he looks like him. Here's a picture. I'll share it with you from the actual show. There's another one that he actually looks even less like him. This one's the one that he looks the most. Let's see. Tell me what you guys think. I don't think that looks like him. I mean, you got to put a beard on him, I suppose. But what do I know? I can't wait for McKelty and Aspen's graduation party. Robin pulls card from the card reader, and the reading totally called her out. Oh gosh, I don't remember that. It'll probably come back to me. I thought I wanted a banana, but not so much now. Oh gosh, it's funny. All right. All right, that's it for tonight. Look, it's like 10 after 10. We gotta go, people. This was fun, though. All right, we'll continue on next week from where we left off, and see what happens. And also, I guarantee you, I will hear nothing back if I try to message Drew Fuller on like some sort of social media. But I'll just do it for kicks and giggles. But I'm sure we'll get nothing back. Just like, are you aware? And is it true? And have you come out and said anything against it? Inquiring minds want to know. All right. Thanks for being here, everybody. You are the best. I love you, SOS Exclusives. Thanks for being here this evening. Hello to all of you who are watching it after the fact. And I will see you next Sunday night. No, I'll see you tomorrow on Monday for our live stream as we do season 5, episode 1. But then I'll see you again next Sunday night.